Hi, welcome back, and today we're going to study XRP. XRP is a cryptocurrency that is linked to the financial system used by banks, and we are going to discuss that with multiple news now. Let me slow down put down the music. Um, the thing that captured my attention with XRP that is considered the cryptocurrency that will help the banks. The new CBDC world help the banks establish and create a new CBDC world, a CBDC, a central bank digital currency world. And there are a lot of rumors that their network, that cryptocurrency, will help banks and institutions to create these central bank digital currencies, which is the enemy of what the Bitcoin people believe about freedom, about financial freedom. But my interest in XRP chart is the XRP here now is the yellow line chart, and you will see that it's very interesting because so far if you check the chart there is no big news between XRP and Bitcoin lately. Basically it went nowhere. XRP, but something happened with XRP. Let me go back to this moment. This moment was in September 17 when XRP started to leave Bitcoin below and having a recovery while Bitcoin was going down. That was the moment it captured my attention, and this was a signal saying me that Bitcoin was not going to die and was going to survive. And we had a signal that Bitcoin has Bitcoin had a huge risk of a crash below 17k. That was the main risks. So far, this level and the risks have diminished substantially. So I'm not seeing a crash with Bitcoin. The moment for a massive crash for me, for my pattern, the pattern of Bitcoin death was between August and September, and this is very current, very common that we have to cancel one scenario and you switch to a different timeline. But XRP made the move on September 17, and you will see that it started to go up for days on the last part of September while Bitcoin was going down. I keep stuck like was moving sideways from July for 3 months, going nowhere. That's the story for XRP. So we need to time when the central bank digital currency is coming. We go now to Switzerland and we go to BIS. We are going to visit the Bank of International Settlements where they are discussing that information in the last 2 weeks. They were participating and discussing the opinions about a multinational and new financial system with a new standard, which is ISO 20022. So the way to time the central bank digital currency is that this financial discussion here, which is the harmonization of ISO 20022, it creates the need for the establishment of a cross-border payments. So this will give us the current state that all the banks of the world are getting ready for the central bank digital currency. This is a very recent paper. You will see in page 2, this is like a survey, and they are discussing the end of the SWIFT system in the G20 block. And this is happening. The SWIFT system is dying and will be replaced by this standard, and this standard needs a lot of adoption by countries, and they have to configure all the systems and make lots of calibration in the domestic transfer systems from different countries. So the news for those asking when is coming when will come the ISO 20022, it means that ISO, it means that it's not coming before 2025, and you will see the current state, the green here. The green is the countries who have already implemented this system. You have Brazil, China, Australia, mostly Europe, but there is still not a full implementation in the United States, or not even the case in countries of South America, not even in Africa. So a CBDC world is coming. This is the state of the international standard that will allow the cross-border payments, but they are not here. Mexico is not there. This is a survey from 2021, and the current state of the payment system operators around the world. So I believe that if we are heading to a CBDC world that will replace other currencies, it will happen in different steps. Next year we will see the launch of a digital currency by multiple countries, and at the same time there will be adoptions and the migrations to this payment system, which it has a lot of work to do. So we have more years of calibration in multiple countries. There are questions that are not being solved by this global standard, because this global standard is not giving the guidelines for the local system. So it means that they have questions on how to implement this system, the different countries and the different payment processors. So there is time. It means that there is. I don't want to go with technical details, but the IT people has a lot to make some calibrations to go forward and establish a CBDC world. So, but it's coming, and this will replace all the SWIFT system, and this will allow the focus of the system. The new system will be interoperability, that will allow moving most likely different networks and potentially different cryptocurrencies and different payments processors all over the world. So there is time, maybe 3 years at least. This is the structure of this system, and there are some parts on the local systems that they need to keep improving the configurations. So we will have at least 2 or 3 years for a global, or even maybe more years for a global CBDC cross-border payment system that will allow cryptocurrencies. So we have today the news that the Federal Reserve was about to slow the pace of the interest rate hikes, and it was very bullish for gold in today's price action. This is in my low levels, and there was very difficult market. You will see here, you will see we have here a bullish candle all the way, but if you check all the structure here, so far there is no much. I will go now to the monthly candle. So far there is not reason to get happy, because there is still in risk. The long-term charts still look weak for gold, and we will see even higher increasing rates. Let me go back to Bitcoin. So now Bitcoin survived and barely moved today. Crude oil barely moved, and XRP barely moved today. This is still there. The recovery was in September 17. So far XRP is showing more strength than Bitcoin now. It's showing more strength than Bitcoin, and it moved ahead of Bitcoin. So very interesting cryptocurrency now. The high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, believes that it's a bad asset and it's centralized and you should own crypto. That's Max Kaiser thoughts. Going back to gold, maybe we will see a recovery in the gold price, and the key levels that will be testing it looks like it will go all the way to this area here as the first test, which is 1780. That's very important. That will allow the second level, which is 1700, and then 1730. What I expect the price of gold will be struggling to find this area, and this will be heavy resistance. If you see a bullish opportunity from a seasonal charts, I'm gonna stay bullish between in the case of February, because if you go to the next information, you will see that if you check the countdown to the FOMC, you check the countdown to the FOMC, sorry, here, you will see that the market believes that in November we will get the Federal Reserve rates between 3.75 and 3.75 and 4. That's what the market is expecting for the next month, the next week. Later you will see that the possibility that in February, which is the number I was expecting, we will stay there. The market believes that we may pause, and in March you will get a hike. So March is still there. The market is pricing that we will go all the way to 5% on March of the next year. So if the Federal Reserve keeps, maybe they change their mind and they keep moving the interest rate higher, there is a 30% chance, according to the markets, that we will go all the way to 5%. Now heading to 4, so there will be gold, there will be staying in pressure now. What happened with the prices? We have the option national expiry date, which was today, for 2 trillion US, almost $2 trillion. That's why the price of Standard & Poor's index stayed fixed in 3,700, and we have Bitcoin stop in 19k, and we have gold stock. Everything was stopping and very quiet because this massive option national expiring, a lot of money expiring today, and we should see some action coming next week. The case of silver was extremely hard, very confusing action for me, very extremely confusing. We have a sideways movement and fake signals all over the place. So it was one of the hardest markets. Huge lessons I learned in the last 2 weeks, and what I want to study. I believe that if silver goes, they have this level here and a level above 20 that will keep all the way. Let me go to the daily. We'll see better there. That's more clearly here. Silver has a important resistance in the area of 1970 cents, and next you will see the next resistance, and it really working here, but I want to move this here. So silver has a massive wall that should recover, and if it goes above this level, which is $20, there is a huge resistance, a very karmic resistance, which is 21. The area is 21 for, and this type of candle means that silver will continue to push higher. The question is if it will stop very close, and that's most likely the case. So I believe that silver should go all the way to 1970. That this area here in the Asia session next week. There is a huge possibility that silver is stop here. There's a huge possibility that happens because the price of crude oil went nowhere. The price of crude oil went nowhere today and stays stuck. But this is a very important low, so there is also possibility that we go all the way back to 21. In the case of food, they have a massive recovery, so there is a huge risk that silver goes all the way to 21. That's the most important target in a bullish case. My thought is first it has to go quickly about 1970 70 cents to continue pushing ahead for silver. There is a recession coming and it will last 1 year, maybe 2 years. What are the type of assets that have resilience in the stagflation market? That's the case for food prices, and this type of demand for food will not be affected, or will be affected lower in this type of environments. So if you see here what happened with corn made a very important and touched a very important resistance that was a top in December of 2014. So we are here, and the price of corn has been pushing ahead up for months. So the price of corn is a beautiful signal of what is coming for food prices. It's really like a bullish case, but the top is closed. So we have the same for silver. The price of silver has a very important resistance, very close. So we have potential for a temporary bullish case for commodities with this fresh air that we received today. But the risk is still ahead. The Fed is increasing rates, and there is still the deflationary risk being shown by all the charts given here. All the charts that I've been here, that the massive crash. This is the Shanghai to Los Angeles freight rate, and it had a massive crash all the way back to the worst time of the COVID crisis. So if the Fed looks this chart, they will say that they are winning and they are fighting, and they are also giving signals that will destroy the price of crude oil. That's the signal they are giving. So the case is that is a very, very dangerous and very conservative bullish case for now for precious metals, and you have very important resistance ahead. So that's it. That's all the update. Hope you enjoy it. I will follow XRP and I will follow all these commodities. Bye bye.